The skies of former Yugoslavia hold stories that refuse to fade. At the center of those mysteries stands Suad Hamzić, not just a fighter pilot, but one of the most respected officers of the Yugoslav Air Force. Hamzić studied at the Yugoslav Air Force Academy in Zadar, trained with the Royal Air Force in Great Britain, and later traveled to the United States to evaluate American F-5 fighters. He served abroad as a military attaché in Turkey, and by the time he retired in 1993, he wore the rank of colonel, a man trusted with diplomacy, strategy, and the fastest jets of his era. And yet, years later, in his book Flying Stories, Hamzić revealed strange encounters no textbook could explain. The first encounter came in the spring of 1972. Hamzić was flying a two-seater MiG-21 with Captain Dusan Stipić in the back seat. Midway through the flight, ground control reported an unidentified target on radar and ordered them to intercept. They climbed through a clear sky until a brilliant light appeared above. The light looked distant at first, but the higher they rose, the larger and sharper it became, glowing with an intensity unlike any aircraft they had ever seen. Then, in a sudden burst, the object streaked westward. In a heartbeat, it shrank to a speck and disappeared. Hamzić pushed the MiG past Mach 1, but the mysterious light had already gone, moving with a speed no human technology could match. The second encounter came later that same year. It was a quiet summer afternoon at the Bihać Air Base. Hamzić sat outside with fellow pilots and technicians. The mood relaxed, the day uneventful. Then someone looked up. Hanging above the runway was a silver disc, perfectly still against the blue sky, and its metallic surface caught the sun as if polished to a mirror. Dozens of men saw it. For a moment it seemed to watch them. Then, without warning, it tilted slightly and darted west, vanishing in an instant, as if it had never been there at all. The third sighting came in late 1973, during a night training flight near Karlovac. The cockpit glowed with the pale light of instruments, and outside there was only darkness. Then, ahead, a strange brilliance appeared. It was not the steady beam of a star or the blink of another aircraft. This light shifted colors, flowing from green to yellow to faint violet, pulsing as if alive. Hamzić adjusted course, trying to close the distance. For a moment it seemed within reach, a target locked in his sights. But just as quickly, it slipped into the clouds and was gone. Later he would recall the unsettling sense that it knew he was chasing it, and that it chose the moment to disappear. Years later, even after his retirement, there were still reports of strange phenomena in this part of the world. Things that were difficult to explain. Hamzić also spoke of an office within the Air Force Command in Belgrade, where pilot reports of strange objects were quietly collected. Among pilots, there were even whispers of a special unit assigned to follow up on such sightings. Officially, nothing was ever acknowledged, but the men in the air knew the phenomenon was real. Suad Hamzić's record speaks for itself. Yet his own words suggest there was more in the skies than aircraft alone. He had studied abroad, flown with American pilots, represented Yugoslavia on the world stage, and still maintained that something beyond human technology shared the skies with him. He passed away in 2019, but his testimony endures. The words of a colonel, a diplomat, and a fighter pilot, warning that the skies are not ours alone. So the question remains, what did Hamzić truly see above former Yugoslavia? Was it secret technology tested in silence, or visitors from beyond our world? The truth vanished into the clouds that night, and it has never returned. My name is Dr. Vincent von Braun, and these are the mysteries that keep me awake at night. Until next time, stay curious.